Oh, What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined today as my co-host, JoJo. And started out with a topic I wanted to talk about, and then I decided I was going to look on my phone and see if there was anything else that was also interesting. It turns out there's a lot of shit to go over. Some of this I'm pretty sure will be quick. First off, I guess to knock off my list, because this one will definitely be quick. The Halloween Kills movie came out, and I did a watch party with some friends, basically the Dead by Daylight group. And that is supposedly supposed to be the last of the Halloween series. Fucking spoiler alert, it's not. Just like the last one was the one where Michael dies. Fucking spoiler alert, obviously he didn't. So yeah. It was pretty good, but I had to give it a rating because I didn't do a review show for this one. I'm probably not going to because I didn't have somebody else there to do a review show with for this movie. I would probably give it somewhere around like a 5 to 6 out of 10. The first kills of the movie were really, really good. The only comedy that came from the movie was this gay couple that lived in the Myers house because their names were Big John and Little John. Yeah.
Cool.
And whenever they thought Michael was in the house, they grabbed weapons, and Little John grabs a kitchen knife that is about like that long, and then Big John grabs a cheese cutting knife that is about that long. Yeah. It was like
this is opposites. They're not in sizes.
Yeah, I was like, we're really playing into this Big John Little John joke here, aren't we? But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. My mom watched it earlier today, so here's my review of Halloween Kills. My mom didn't really like it, and she theoretically likes horror stuff. She then apparently it was on Peacock.
Yep.
Afterward, it like auto ran Saw or something, and so she watched Saw. She liked that better.
Really?
There's your review. Halloween Kills gets a less than Saw out of
Saw out of the top spot. Damn. We watched it midnight release on Peacock because it streamed to Peacock, and like I said, the first kills were really good. He did really good, and it's one of those things where it's like I learned more and more about like how much I like the jackass type killers versus just like the silent deadly ones, because like there's this one spot where like he breaks this fluorescent light bulb out of this chick's kitchen and just like stabs her in the throat with it, and I was just like, it'd be a really good time for him to be like, I heard like the inside of these things give you cancer. You know what I mean? Like, to me it was fucking funny. Everybody else is all like, well, it's fucking Michael, he doesn't talk. I was like, I know, but it would be funny if he said that, I'm just saying, he might be good at an open mic night. That's all I'm saying. He's done some shit. That's it. The best part of the movie is that if you're a fan of the series, I mean, first off, the appreciation that this killer series, a killer who most people say is just a man, which in this movie they kind of put that to bed. They were all like, he's like literally the personification of evil. Like every time he gets a kill, he like transcends to another level of unkillable. It's basically what they said. Like, he doesn't die. I mean, he's been shot multiple fucking times. Like, I mean, fucking people stabbed him everywhere on his fucking body. He doesn't die. And, like, he's just pure evil. Like, he is the personification of evil. So, he's not really human, but we don't know what the fuck that actually means. But one of the cool things is that whenever you look at this, it's the appreciation that series of this guy stalking people and killing people with basically nothing but whatever he can find in front of him or his trusty dusty kitchen knife has been going on for 43 years. Like, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's pretty fucking intense. Whenever you look at another, what people would say the most competing franchise, which would be Jason, has went to space. Jason has went to hell. Like, they've done a whole loop of shit to try to keep him relevant, and Michael's never done any of that. It's always just like, fucking Michael's back. The biggest part of the movie that was a flop for me, I would have to say, is I hate whenever they stage something and they spend a lot of time staging something and then they just choose not to use it. It seems very wasteful to me, obviously. So obviously, if you haven't watched any Halloween movies, I mean, technically this would be a spoiler, but at the same time, if you haven't watched any Halloween movies to this point, you obviously don't fucking want to, and I don't care about spoiling this for you. But main point. First movie starts out, Michael tries to kill his sister, doesn't actually get a kill on his sister, kills the rest of his fucking family, now he just wants to kill his sister. That's pretty much the plot for every movie following after. Michael's always trying to find a way to kill Lori. She can't exist without him, he can't exist without her. She knows sooner or later they're both going to have to kill each other to take each other out and get it over and done with. So she's at the hospital because she's all fucked up because he stabbed her in the gut and fucking was like slicing her fucking insides up trying to get her. And she trapped him in her house and then lit the whole fucking house on fire. That's how the movie before this one ended. Like, she trapped him. Like, she had this whole, like, she fucking made this thing to house him, like, 100%. Like, as soon as he fell down this hole, like, you see these fucking iron bars just slide the fuck out and lock in place. Like, she made this to kill him. And as they're leaving, you then see a fire truck heading out that way. And, of course, she starts screaming, no, 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 let it burn, let it burn. But they're in the back of a truck. She's all bleeding out and shit. She can't do anything. So, of course, the team of, like, fucking 20 firefighters show up to fucking put out the fire. One of them falls down there. Michael kills him. And then the other one's trying to get down there to see if he can help. And all I can see is smoke and a hand sticking out. So, of course, he pulls Michael up. Then Michael kills him and then goes out there and slaughters all the other fucking firefighters. That was just, like, fucking insane. But, yeah, he just killed fucking everybody. So obviously he didn't die, but his mask was like all burnt up and shit. It actually looked really fucking cool, which I was very surprised because I went out to the Halloween store looking for what I want to do. I'm not going anywhere for Halloween, but for those of you who do stop by, which I definitely appreciate it, we are going to be doing a Drunk by Daylight stream the night before Halloween because it's Saturday anyway, and we're all going to dress up as one of the killers in the game. So I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I know what I'm going to go as. I'm not going to release it here, obviously, because I want it to be a surprise. But yeah. So, but they already had that mask in there. I was like, God damn, that's quick. Like, they already have the fucking burnt up face mask. It's like, Jesus. So, which, that's crazy, by the way. I don't know when it started, but these pop-up Halloween stores, it's fucking nuts, dude. Like the Spirit
Halloween
and like the Halloween Express. Yeah, Spirit Halloween, Halloween Express, all that shit. Like, I remember being a kid and having to go to like Toys R Us or Walmart to get your costume. Like, these weren't things back then, and now it's like they have them for Halloween, they have them for Christmas ones. Like, they just show up. We're here for fucking 3 weeks and then we're fucking out. Like, it's
like,
crazy,
hey, remember
dude.
where there was a Walgreens? Good, here. Halloween store now.
And it's always so funny because they never have like the stock to fill the store that they're in, like, ever, obviously. And I'll never forget my first time seeing one was the Toys R Us up by here went out like well before like the whole fall of Toys R Us. But I mean, I knew the fall of Toys R Us was coming because I used to fucking work there. But so the Toys R Us was out, and so it's like they took that, but then they had like these gigantic gates up that had this black cover over it so you couldn't see. So it was like you walk in, it was like the size of my apartment. The rest of the store is just empty. There's nothing else out there, you know? It's fucking crazy. And now they're in like a fucking Shopko. I've seen them in fucking old rundown Sears. Like, it's fucking crazy. Anyways,
they're like hermit crabs that just go into any empty shell, kind of.
It's nuts, dude. It's like when it hit, I didn't think it would be a thing that would stick, and now it's here. You can depend on them. They'll be here, and they will sell you most likely what you need because they have a goddamn variety. But let me tell you, you're gonna pay fucking arm and leg for that shit too. Buddy, oh my god, like the stuff that I was looking for, like just the mask that I'm trying to get, I kid you not, was probably somewhere around $30 more expensive at the Halloween Express store than it is for me ordering it off of Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, they're expensive. Very expensive. But yeah, I wanted to do Pyramid Head. That's what I wanted to do, so I was just going to go fucking topless and then fucking put the fucking, I found like a Pyramid Headed mask online, and it was like fucking $18. I was like, fucking gold, dude. Let's go. Easy, right? Yeah. And then I found out that the mask is just made out of rubber latex. So it like droops. It's not like a, sticking out like I want. Yeah, which probably really wouldn't be a good idea anyway. I know I'd be like looking over and just smack my fucking goddamn mic that just hangs out right here.
Yeah, it's a lot of,
fucking turn over here real quick to see chat, put a fucking scratch into like one of my monitors or something, dude. I'd fuck something up. I know I would. Anyways. But what really made me not get the mask was the comment in the section below where it was, Super excited to buy this mask. I love Pyramid Head. Got here, couldn't wait to open it. Opened it, pulled it out. Was very upset that it was rubber latex and not like a hard plastic that would stick out on its own, which is what I thought it was possibly would be, because the way they modeled it. And then he goes, it has 2 dinks into the front to give you eye holes so you can see out. What they didn't know is that when you put it on and it droops down, it basically just looks like a KKK mask. And I was like, I will be finding something else to wear. Yep, I will be finding something else to wear.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not getting that mask. That was the only mask available on Amazon for Pyramid Head. So I decided, no, I won't go with Pyramid Head. I'll find somebody else.
I got that custom made, probably.
Mm-hmm. So... yeah, I mean, probably like Etsy or something. You probably find a pretty decent one, but they'd be like fucking expensive. So, which rightfully so. And you put in time to make it, you can charge whatever you want to for your work. That being said, back to Halloween Kills. So the first half of it is like really nostalgic, which is awesome because they bring back basically anybody who Michael has attempted to kill and hasn't killed in past movies, and kills them. It's great. So then you're all like, oh, it's that chick from da-da-da-da-da. Oh, now she's dead. Well, he finally fucking tied up that loose end. Yeah, she's been running from Michael for fucking ever. Now she ain't got to worry about it no more. And shit like that. So it was a decent movie, but it was about the time like it hit like halfway through, it was dumb. But what I was getting to about the waste of time is like, once again, so his whole thing is I'm going to chase and kill Laurie Strode. Laurie spends the entire movie in a hospital. So everybody's like, oh, Michael's coming to the hospital. He's coming to the hospital. He's going to come to... He never goes to the hospital. Not a single time does Michael go to the hospital. He literally shows up, kills a bunch of people, and then goes home. Like, literally is what he did. He literally went back to his house and just stood there staring out the fucking window, like always. Like, that's all he did. I was like, man, dude, they set up this whole, like, he's going to kill Laurie. He's going to go to the hospital. And never went to the hospital. I was like, all right, well, that was a fucking waste of time. So... like I said, the first half of the movie was good. I was excited. I mean, the deaths were right off the bat. They got right into it. It was unapologetic from the start. Actually, the part that made me laugh the most was actually the very beginning of the movie where I was talking about that chick that he kills with the light bulb. It's her and her husband, and he's hiding in their bathroom. And they hear him, and so the fucking husband goes over there, and then like he goes to turn on the light, and you see Michael for a split second, and then he smashes the light out with his hand, and the husband's like, oh shit, and closes the door, and it's 2 old people, and he closes the fucking door, and then moves, and the way their house is set up is weird. It's like if you go out this door, to the right is a door that goes outside, to the left is their fucking bathroom. It's like right there, and like it's all screened up too. So like you literally are. It looks like it doesn't belong there. It's some kind of house renovation or something. Plot is what it is. Regardless, so they fucking then he closes the other door and locks that. And he's like, "There's somebody in the fucking bathroom," and she's literally the wife goes, "Well, what does he want?" And the husband's like, "What the fuck would I know? Who cares?"
Is there a good answer to that? No, like, is there something he could want, and then you're cool with it?
Oh man! And then the husband goes to go run down, and they got all those windows in them. That's when Michael and pulls the fucking head into the glass.
Hurry up, or like just time will kill Laurie at some point.
I mean, yeah,
progress.
She's old,
60-something now. Like it'll get to her.
No. She's old. She is definitely old. What I thought was cool, though, was Jamie Lynn Curtis. I think that's her name, or Jamie Lee Curtis? Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee Curtis went to the first showing of Halloween Kills, dressed as her mom from Psycho, which I thought was pretty cool. So, that's awesome. But yeah. So, like I said, it was just nostalgia. But, so, my main point bringing up Halloween was that we were talking about the fact that it came out on Peacock. Apparently, Halloween did pretty good for a fucking slasher film in theaters. And everybody is now looking at the fact that Peacock thought that they could step up to the big boys table and stream these, AAA titles at midnight release. And apparently nobody gave a shit. So, it's all like Peacock severely misjudged where they were at in the streaming.
Well, I mean, I assume it's just that Peacock, like, it just owned the movie anyway, I assume. Yeah. Universal, sure. It's all like 4 companies own everything, right? And,
yep. Because there's another scary movie that's coming out Or no, it's not a scary movie. Is it a Marvel movie? There's something that's coming out in January. Oh no, it's not a Marvel movie. It's fucking Peacemaker. Did you see they're making his solo movie? Yeah, and that's going to be streamed on.
It's not a movie though. It's a
show.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a movie. Wow, they locked John Cena in for a show, huh? Holy shit!
Yeah, it's like 8 episodes or something. Like probably
so
short.
They're trying to go the Marvel route. Like, all right, we did 2 good movies. This is probably the best we're gonna get.
Like, this is of the things I've seen John Cena in. It's his best work, man. He's good at that specific character. I think of like he's pretty funny and doesn't have to do like a lot of range. So, compared to like his fucking Fast and Furious role, not very good.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, other than that, Cowboy Bebop showed another teaser trailer. I'm still not excited for the live action of one of the best fucking animes that's ever graced this fucking planet. It's got a real Scott Pilgrim feel to it, in my opinion. And
so that's why I'm kind of interested in it, because I
love Scott Pilgrim. I love Scott Pilgrim. Yeah. But I feel like I would be more into this if I didn't watch the original anime. But I watched the original anime, which I don't think is why I'm into this, and the fact that they're literally leaving one of the main fucking characters completely out of the show. It's kind of weird. Because once again, it's not like Cowboy Bebop is this gigantic thing. Cowboy Bebop itself is like a 26-episode anime.
I think the first season is 10 episodes, so it could be that she is just saved for season 2.
I'm really hoping that we don't go past season 1.
It show up till like episode 9. That's what I'm saying. Well, yeah, they're doing 10 episodes for one season. There's like 30 episodes of original, so
that's fair. I could see her being like the after credit scene of like the last episode. You know, like all of a sudden they see the dog, the corgi, which they've already shown us.
They're probably just saving her,
and then we see Ed. Yeah,
actually, because like she's young, and so they have to really nail it within a couple years there before she aged out of it.
Yeah, good old Ed.
Actress.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not excited for it. Like I said, we have so many live adaptation fuck ups. I'm not excited for it.
Yeah, at least to its credit, it seems sort of interesting and not just an obvious like boring mess like Dragon Ball.
Our like Avatar.
The Avatar movie.
Our Death Note.
They just like were bad. This at least
our Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Like
didn't they make a Bleach too?
That Speed Racer movie.
Oh yeah, Speed Racer.
Some people really like that Speed Racer movie, and a lot of people really hate that Speed Racer movie.
I keep forgetting that he's considered an anime.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just like he doesn't like. I mean, obviously it's because it's like about a race car, but it's like.
And because that's like before.
Anime. Yeah, but you can say the same thing about Dragon Ball and shit like that. I mean, Dragon Ball's fucking old as shit. Yeah. You know,
not quite as old. Yeah, it's definitely stylistically different. I feel like it was like aired on Cartoon Network, like alongside like Scooby-Doo in a way where as a kid I didn't understand.
You thought it was a cartoon, right?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't get that.
It's more of a cartoon than an anime. Yeah, I agree with that. So, but I mean, that is there really a fuck? I mean, there had to be if it's an anime, a manga of fucking Speed Racer. Because that's. Well, there has to be, right?
An anime based on nothing, I think. Technically,
I don't think so. I don't think that. I think it's only considered an anime if there's an actual manga original content piece. I think that's what people have come out and said considers it.
They're absolutely Speed Racer mangas.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
They do exist. Also, so here's the thing: Speed Racer is from 19.
Okay.
Speed Racers. That's why it's just feel old.
Yeah.
Huh.
Because that was my argument a long time ago back when I was on Darkstar, because we were talking about putting like anime characters behind us. And I was like, oh, I'll take Cloud from Final Fantasy. And they're like, well, it's not an anime. And I was like, there is one anime episode out there. It's called The Last Order. It's only in sub. There is no dub. And you can watch it on YouTube. It is about 26 minutes roughly. And it's all about whenever Zack broke Cloud out and was trying to get him back to Midgard before he got gunned down. It's called The Last Order.
Yeah, there's really legal anime really and then there's anime.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's not based off manga.
Legally anime, but they're anime, like you know.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the community was it wasn't based on manga, so I couldn't have it, so I had to go with somebody else. So.
And just major character Garfield.
Yeah.
It's based on there's a comic and then there's a cartoon that's legally Garfield's an anime.
Oh man, dude, that's crazy. Yeah, that's fucking nuts, dude. Fucking Speed Racer, dude.
Yeah.
I remember watching episodes of that when I was a kid. That was nuts. Anyway, so we won't go like too far into the discussion that I wanted to go into with the whole thing that I'm about to talk about. We'll say that for the next podcast, but something I do kind of want to touch on since obviously it's me and JoJo, and we are a lot more into the comedy scene than unfortunately Kelsey is. She would call me stupid humor. But anyways, Dave Chappelle, last stand-up special for Netflix, last stand-up special for a while, according to him during the special. At the very beginning, he says this will probably be my last stand-up for a long time. Or at least last special for a long time. Called The Closer. Makes sense because it's the last one.
Yep.
So as I was talking to JoJo before I turned on the cameras, Dave Chappelle is one of the best storytellers of all time. He's the kind of guy where he can start a story, tell a bunch of killer jokes within the story, then finish the story, and then you realize that it was a bit. Like after all of it's done, you're like, holy fuck, he told that story really well. Like you don't know if it was actually a true story or not. You know what I mean? Like that could have just been a bit. It's like, holy fuck, like that stringed together perfect. Where like, you know, you've got your classic comedians where, you know, fucking we'll do a bit about this, and then we'll wait a little bit, and then we'll do a bit about something else, and a bit about something else. A lot of comedians can go all over the place depending on how they do the transition, is whether they make it or break it in that kind of comedic sense. But you know. You don't want to go see the dude that's all like, I got fucking pulled over last night. It was crazy. I told the cop to suck my dick. But anyways, airline food, right? It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Man,
like, yeah, exactly. Like that would be a bad night. That would be a bomb. But you know, depending on how they could do the transitions, it would change. Look at me talking like I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, but
yeah, hey, people in the '90s fucking love those airplane food jokes.
I bet they fucking did.
That's why Seinfeld happened.
Seinfeld. Oh god. Yeah, I don't want to say it's bad because I don't think it's bad. I just think it's different. You know, I mean, Dave Chappelle is that kind of comedian, especially with the money he's got, where like he can just do what he wants. You know what I mean? Like
he's fucked off for years.
Yeah, like whenever he just fucking went to Africa. Yeah, it's just like it's one of those situations where it's like. Because I see a lot of hate on this one saying it's terrible. And I mean, that was my first thought process too. It wasn't that it was terrible. I was just like, yeah, it wasn't as good as anything else. And I've seen a lot of people say, like, you can't compare his special to his last one or the one before that, which doesn't make sense to me. It's like, what else am I supposed to compare his work to besides his other bodies of work? And their argument was because, like, you start somewhere and you're better when you start technically because it's new. As you get older as a comedian, sooner or later, I guess you just run out of shit to talk about, and so therefore you can't. And I was like, that no.
But also, when you're new, it's generally not when you.
Yeah, it's not when you peak. No,
first album or whatever, right? Oh, yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I disagree with the argument, but it is one of those things where it's like, I understand where they're trying to make the argument because it's like if this is somebody's first time of like watching Dave Chappelle and they're like, oh wow, that really wasn't that good. Then yeah, sure, you can make an argument of like, oh well, his older shit's way better because a lot of his older stand-up is fucking amazing, like Killing Him Softly and shit like that, fucking amazing. But and even all the earlier Netflix specials were really fucking good. But this one was a lot more of just like talking through things. Obviously, he's back at it with the LGBTQ stuff, which you know we won't get into that right now. Maybe next episode. But it just like I said, it just felt. I mean, more like he was just up there to just talk. And that's fine. I mean, It is what it is. I mean, once again, it's his special. He can do what he wants. But just as something named The Closer, I guess I just went in wanting a lot. Like, whenever Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian. Like, there's no difference about it. It's like Dave Chappelle, and then if I had to pick a fucking second one, it would probably be Kevin Hart, and then Bill Burr. Kevin Hart and Bill Burr are like that for me. I love both of them a lot. And then you get into like the Burt Crusher's, the Tom Segura's, the fucking Joe Rogans and all them of the world. So Joey Diaz has got to be up there too. I'm sorry, Joey Diaz is like fucking way up there too. He's probably like balancing between whoever's in third place to fourth place. So he's a little step down for sure. But I love Joey Diaz, dude. Fucking Uncle Joey is the shit. Anyways, yeah, man, it's one of those things where it's like every time I see a Dave Chappelle special pop, I'm like, oh fuck, Dave Chappelle, let's go. And then I get in it, and I was just like, man, dude, like I don't there weren't a lot of parts. This is the best way to describe it. Whenever I watch a Dave Chappelle skit, I'm laughing my ass off the entire time. Like I am there's so many fucking funny parts. I am fucking dying. With this one, it was a lot more of like he would finish something, he'd be like, oh, okay. There wasn't like a lot of laughing moments. It felt like almost going to like a George Carlin one where it's just like, wait, maybe I'm not thinking of the right person. George Carlin was
George Carlin. Yeah, he would do like just.
But he would like do real like deep dark like shit.
Here's all the words you can't say on TV. That's him.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm thinking of somebody else. Between
baseball and something or what's a football or whatever.
I feel like I'm thinking about there was somebody that kind of went more into like not necessarily poetry, but like. It was more like life lesson almost type shit.
I think later on George Carlin totally got into that. I just don't have a reference point.
But still, that's kind of like what it felt like. It didn't feel like it was like there for like a lot of jokes. It felt like it was more like he was there to talk and he was there to get some points across. He got some points across. And once again, I mean, he's the GOAT. Like it's kind of hard to tell him what he can and can't. Like you're not gonna tell Dave Chappelle what he can and can't do. He can do what the fuck he wants. Yeah, I mean, fucking.
And he was also kind of contractually obligated to
do one more. Yeah.
Maybe that's sometimes, when Green Day had one more album left on their contract, they put out the shittiest album because they're like, we don't want to be involved in this anymore.
Right. Oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot. No, I gotta rechange my list. Dave Chappelle, Andrew Schultz, my boy Schultzy. I fucking love Andrew Schultz. Oh my God, that dude. Not only do I love him for his comedy because it's so fucking funny, and I like the way he does stuff. The fact that he basically changed the game on how to get started in comedy is insane to me. Like with fucking, he didn't do like the normal processes of you're just going to go out there, keep beating the fucking street until finally you get picked up by some like low life fucking network and then start beating your ass on that and then go to like SNL and then try to fucking bust your ass at SNL and then fucking make it over here. Like, no, like or going to the Comedy Store and all that shit. Like he literally would tape his own fucking specials, dice them up into fucking good segments and then put them on YouTube. That's it. And he got fucking huge off of that. The YouTube channel blew the fuck up. And that's how he got started. And so, like he changed the game. Burnham. Yeah. So, like, he, like, changed the fucking game with that, dude. Like, the amount of success that he rose to. And he's fucking hilarious. The dude's funny. He's so fucking quick. It's ridiculous. Like, that's why I love watching his podcast and shit. He's fucking hilarious. But anyways, but yeah, so yeah, Andrew Schultz. Then, like I said, that Kevin Hart, Bill Burr. Like I'm still stuck on which one of them. I feel like Kevin Hart is just like he's able to hit a lot of different topics. Sometimes I kind of feel like Bill Burr stays in like one spot. Like Bill Burr likes to bitch, but I love hearing Bill Burr bitch. It's hilarious. I love it. There's a lot of points he has that I completely fucking agree with. So it's easy for me to be like, I know what you're talking about. I fucking feel you on that. So we're like, Kevin Hart, he can hit like all these different fucking situations and still fucking make you laugh about it. So, yeah. I love Kevin Hart, though. He's fucking hilarious. He did his last comedy special in his house. That's crazy.
Was that within the because of the pandemic?
Yeah, that's still crazy, though. Like, he invited, like, a small group of people into his house, like actual like people, not just like friends and family. It was like actual like fans into his house, had a whole like little stage set up and fucking did his last special in his house. It was great. It was fucking great. It was good. He even supported like this fucking, or he talked about going to some kind of fucking, I can't remember what it was. He went to some kind of celebrity party or something like that, and they were talking about how they were doing like oven or brick oven pizza, and he got like all pissed off because he's all like, I don't fucking have a fucking brick oven, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, fuck that. I can't let him upstage me. So he went and got like a brick oven for the fucking pizza, and then the pandemic hit, and he goes, so fuck it. And like he had like an actual chef come over and make like legit brick oven pizza for the entire fucking crowd that showed up. It was only like 20 people, but still it's like fucking dope, dude. I love Kevin Hart, dude. He cracks me the fuck up. He's a funny guy. But yeah. So, and then like I said, the rest of the list follows. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, it's hard because like I said, I really wanted to just get slammed in the face with some really good comedy. I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yes, Dave Chappelle, let's go. I grew up on the Chappelle Show. That was my shit. I remember watching it as a kid all the fucking time. I own all 3 seasons. Like, oh god, physical and digital. I own all 3 seasons. Like, I fucking love Dave Chappelle. Wow. I was just like, man, damn. But, you know, I respect him for doing what he does. You want to talk about the shit you want to talk about? Like I said, you can't deny it. Dude's the GOAT. Like, I think Kevin Hart said it best. I was watching that show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good, pretty interesting. What I really appreciate about that show is watching comedians trying to make other comedians laugh. Like, it's, I don't want to say it's easy, but let me phrase it the way I want to say it, and then I guess I'll explain it. It's easy for a comedian to get us to laugh. It's a completely different beast to get a comedian to laugh at something that, like, we just don't fucking get. So, like, watching his episode with him and Will Ferrell, it was like, if you don't love comedy, that must have been, like, the most cringeworthy fucking episode for you to watch. But if you love comedy, you're just like, oh, wow, this is fucking great. Like, seeing, like, greats go at it and fucking try to crack each other up, make each other laugh. It's fucking awesome. But now, with that being said, it's obviously not comedians to get us to laugh because it's not easy to be a comedian. I don't want to make that's the notion I'm putting out there. Like, it's an artwork. It is a talent. It is something you have to bust your ass for. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, like getting over the fear of talking, getting over the fear of talking in front of crowds, being in front of people, the fear of bombing. There's like a lot of shit that goes into wanting to be a comedian. So I don't want to make it look like I'm shitting on the talent it is to be a comedian, because I'm not.
Yeah, I didn't think you were.
I know. I'm just saying things get misconstrued on the internet a lot, so I'm just making sure I throw it out there.
Hart's watching right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, but watching his episode with Kevin Hart, Jerry Seinfeld and Kevin Hart, they talked about 2 things. One of them was Dave Chappelle. The other thing that I liked they talked about was how to get over your kids are finding out when you're rich. And he asked Jerry how he did it. And Jerry goes, oh yeah, my daughter came home from school one day and she's like, hey, I was talking to my friends and they were talking to their parents and they told me that we're rich. So is that true? Are we rich? And if I ever get big and make a lot of fucking money, I'm going to say the same shit to my daughter. Where he's like, I literally just sat my daughter down. I looked in the eyes and I told her, I'm rich. You're not. Like, perfect example of how to do that shit. Like, do not let those little fucks grow up entitled. No, fuck them kids. No, anyways. I don't know why I like saying that. It's great.
Yeah, no fucking kids, right?
But so when they were talking about Dave Chappelle, it was just one of those things where it's like, we have got to see and this is obviously way before his fucking last special. This fucking episode's old as shit, but we've got to see someone who is so talented with comedy and storytelling to be able to talk about whatever he wants to in a way he wants to provoke conversation, which is important. And that's what a lot of this last episode was about. So it's important whenever it comes to this provoking conversation. And someone who's not scared to have these conversations, to where it's literally someone who's just not scared of getting canceled. It's like, how are you going to cancel Dave Chappelle? Like, I don't think it's possible. Because it's like, Dave Chappelle's the person that tells you, like, no, fuck you, I'm not doing your club. You're not the person that's like, no, fuck you, I'm not letting Dave Chappelle perform here. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not how it happens. And so he can have these conversations, and we're seeing someone who's doing it the right way. Like, he's got the power and he's not abusing it. Like, he's talking about specific situations and making things come up and then addressing his side of it and how he feels, and then asking people to really go home and think about it themselves, have these conversations with their friends, have these conversations with their loved ones. And that, the issue with the world today is that we don't talk enough about situations, that we need more conversation, get back to the root of, like, genuinely talking to each other, hearing each other out, and actually caring for each other, which is a great message. It's not a bad message at all. Does it actually get listened to? Probably not, because a lot of people go there to listen to comedy and they don't care about the fucking don't preach your shit onto me type stuff. So, but I mean, you can only do what you can do with the platform you have. With that being said, but they were just like, it's like watching this dude do like Matrix type tricks through lasers. Like, he's just a fucking goat, dude. So, yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched it yet, I definitely urge you to watch it. Like I said, it's definitely an interesting special to watch, especially if you like Dave Chappelle. I mean, don't go into it thinking that it's going to be like any of the other specials, because it's not. Like I said, it's definitely a lot more talk special. And, you know, like I said, it's not bad. It's worth the watch. It's just one of those things where it's like you go into it and you see the words comedy special, and it just didn't really fit what it was. It wasn't a comedy special. He did have some good like ways he could have ended it that I liked, and I saw one of the podcasts that I was watching. They were talking about it, where like he's talking about how he has he had this transgender friend, and he met her through doing comedy, and he let her perform for him, and she apparently was like an amateur, and he didn't know that, so she like bombed like hardcore. She opened for him. And so then he went up after her, and he goes, and what gave me the overall, and just for clarification for people who are wondering, the correct, I guess, timeline of pronouns, it was a man that became a woman. So that's why I'm using the pronoun her. Anyways, so afterwards, she sat in the crowd and watched him perform the entire show, and was sitting there laughing with the same people that were booing the fuck out of her. Like, she sat front and center, was sitting there laughing, having a good time, da-da-da-da-da. And he got to know her. They became friends and everything else. And some shit happened where he went under fire for the first time, that he was talking and did jokes about the LGBTQ community, and that the trans community's never been a friend of Dave Chappelle. Obviously, we've seen that in the news. And she stood up for him. And the fact that she stood up for him kind of like exiled her out of the trans community, to where she got a lot of public hate, Twitter, whatever, from her own community, to the point where she unfortunately took her own life.
Oh, fuck. What?
Yeah, like it was like a real story. And the way he ended it was she had kids. And, you know, he kind of set something up as far as schooling wise and stuff for her kids and everything else like that. And he's all like, yeah, I knew your father. Or like the way he said it was like, yeah, I knew your father. And he was probably the strongest, most fearsome woman I've ever known in my life. And it was like, that was like the perfect way to like end it. But then kind of like just kept going on about it. Because it was one of those things of like, you know, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of fucking public hate towards him due to the jokes that he makes about transgenders. And he's just trying to show, you know, it is one of those situations where you can say, you know, fucking like he had somebody in his life. But the funny part that the comedian that I was watching that was talking about this pointed out was like, it's kind of like that whole racism black thing where it's like, oh, I'm not racist, I have a black friend.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not transphobic, I have a trans friend.
It's like,
it does feel like that.
Like, look how much I had a trans friend, but then look how good I was.
Dude, that
person's
friend.
Kids. And so it's a little, you know, not to deflect. Yeah. That's a genuine, you know, that whole thing. If that's good, then that's
it's an actual story, which is crazy. It's
like, yeah, it's like bring it up as like this. No, guys, really, I'm cool.
Well, that's not how he brought it up. He brought it up in a sense of it's very easy to become part of something and then feel like all these people have your back because you're going through the same thing. But how in today's world, if your opinion differs, how quickly that community can turn on you. And how important it is that regardless of opinions don't mark that person, as a soul, as a whatever, that people are just genuinely just people. Like, we shouldn't just turn our backs completely. Like, there's obviously differing levels, but he's like, there's nothing that, in my opinion and the majority of the world, that I said, or there's nothing that I said that could result in the amount of hate that she got for defending me to make her kill herself.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of insane. And I agree with that. Like, at the end of the day.
And also, like, the internet is insane.
The internet is insane. Yeah, 100%.
Is that people get that amount of hate also for saying the wrong thing about a Kingdom Hearts character.
That's true.
The internet's fucked.
Yeah, that's... Freedom of speech is a beautiful thing. The fact that we have it is amazing. That doesn't mean we should use it. Yeah, doesn't mean we should use it. There's a lot of really hateful people out there, and it's sad to see that we have, and I've said this multiple times, and I'll say it again, the fact that I have technology where I can text somebody who lives completely in, Ashley, for instance, one of my great friends that lives in a different country, I won't name right now, I can fucking text her and get a text back within seconds and keep in touch, da-da-da-da-da, completely fine. It's amazing we have this kind of technology, and what it's used for, the majority of what it's used for these days is just sickening. It's crazy.
My concern is maybe our brains weren't ready for it. Maybe the development of our species wasn't ready for us suddenly having access to everything at all the times.
Yeah.
Consequence-free immediately.
Fucking Steve Jobs, man. It's all fucking Steve Jobs' fault, dude.
Maybe we can't process all that shit at once.
He was born with the thought process that our utilities should be an extension of ourselves. So, and hence the iPhone.
Like 200 years ago, we were just dealing with wolves or something, and now it's everything. It's everything always.
Yeah. It's nuts, man. I mean, I guess if there's anything to take away from this, it's definitely take away from his special. Is just, I mean, we need to do a better job of just getting back to the fact that at the end of the day, we're all fucking here. We all exist here. We all have to live here. The worst thing that we can fucking do is turn on each other, and that's all we do all the fucking time. Just fucking be nicer to people. Like the amount of time you could spend being nice to somebody versus just, I mean, like, for instance, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with, like, homeless population, stuff like that. I remember going out to Burger King because I'd never had their breakfast before. I was like, you know what? I want to get some Burger King breakfast. I've never had it before. Just fucking want to try it. I've had McDonald's. I've had Chick-fil-A. I've had Taco Bell, Wendy's. I was like, I've never had it. Me and my girlfriend drove up to Burger King. We grabbed a whole bunch of food, like a bunch of food just for the two of us. And we're like, we'll try a little bit of everything. Driving down the street, almost to the house, homeless dude sitting outside. I was like, we've got enough food here to feed like fucking 6 people. So I pull up to the guy. I was like, hey, man, are you hungry? He's like, yeah, fucking. I gave him fucking 2 things of hash browns, 2 different sandwiches. Like, fucking here, man. Just fucking take it. And he's like, thank you so much. What can I do for you? It's nothing. You just fucking take it. You're good. You're gone. Like, for instance, another situation. My grandma just recently reached out to me because my little sister is wanting to get into gaming. And
sister this whole time?
It's a different scenario.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you about it offline. But yeah, so my little sister's wanting to get into gaming, and she was asking me what, kind of like what system should I get her. And I was like, honestly, if I'm being serious, like the future of gaming is going PC. Like, let's just be honest. At this point, it's very hard to deny that. At this point, I mean, the amount of games you can play on a PlayStation 5 versus the amount of games you can play on Steam. I mean, there was over 21,000 games in just 2021 uploaded to Steam. Like, it's the future of gaming is Steam.
But it's just all there is to it. 20,000 of them are hentai puzzles.
Oh, sure, for sure. But that 1,000, dude, fucking solid. Anyways, so, I was talking to her about that, and I was like, there are affordable gaming PCs you can buy, depending on what games. I mean, you really don't have to go that crazy graphic-wise. I was like, and, I kind of explained to her how my situation was, how I went about, doing my financial stuff, one, to build my credit, and to get me a really good PC affordably for something that I could budget. And, we talked about that for a little bit. She goes, well, I would like to get her a console to start out, and she likes PS4. I have a PS4. I have a PS5. I bought my PS4 for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Came out April 2020. I played the Final Fantasy VII Remake for a month straight. And then I didn't touch it again until I got my PS5. And that was transferred over to my PS5. And I played it a couple times since then and then integrate. So, realistically, I bought a brand new PS4. Wasn't used. Brand new PS4. They got a month's worth of play. And it sat there, and I refused to sell it due to the fact that it had like all my dynamic background. So I could turn on and I could see Tifa on the waterfall or water tower kicking her legs and hear the Tifa theme going.
That should just be linked to your account.
But it's not, they don't do dynamic backgrounds on the PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
Hence my problem. So, JoJo's like, it's not really a problem. But anyways.
I see that.
So, but still, it's like, if I can give up something that literally I don't use, to have someone be able to start their video game career, if you will, Like, it's totally fucking worth it. Yeah. And she was like, well, how much can I pay for? Fuck no. Like, no.
I mean, not using it.
Well, how much is the shipping? No. Like, just take it. Like, if I could give Christmas present, there you go. Boom. Roasted. Like, done. Like, it's just, I'm not using it. It's not something I'm going to miss. My girlfriend uses the Xbox to watch fucking Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, all that shit on the TV out there because we don't have a smart TV yet. I'm waiting for this one to die before I buy a new one. So, and it's getting there. It's like a TV that's 55 inches, and I traded in my 32-inch TV and $50 to my buddy who worked at a pawn shop to get this one because he had it just in his guest bedroom, and I brought my TV down, and he goes, bro, is that your like travel TV? I was like, the fuck is a no, this is my travel TV. Yeah. I was like, no, this is my TV. And he goes, don't tell me that's what you game on when you play with us. I was like, yes. He goes, dude, I've got 55-inch in my guest room. Leave that little piece of shit. Give me $50. It's yours. And I was like, all right, sweet. So $50 for a 55-inch TV. Fuck yeah, I'll take it. I mean, the TV I'd had for fucking years. So the only thing that was wrong with it was that it looks like kind of somebody took like a lighter to the screen at the very bottom right. So it's got like a little bit of like the bubble up thing. But once I kind of like just scrape that off, you don't really notice it while it's on. You only ever see it when it's turned off. So it didn't fuck up the graphics, didn't fuck up the pixels, nothing else was wrong with it. Fuck it. So at this point, it has like 3 HDMI ports, 2 of them officially stopped working. So once that last one dies, then it's time to fucking get another TV. Because like I don't have one in my bedroom, and in my fucking room where I'm always at, I have 3 fucking monitors. So it's like right now I don't need another TV if I don't have to have it. Oh. Yeah, my daughter's not watching TV yet. I mean, she is, but she's not retaining information, so it's not important. She doesn't know what the fuck it is. She doesn't know it's a TV. She's like, oh, look, bright colors. Like, she doesn't give a shit. So, yeah, so it's like, when that dies, cool, I'll get another one. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It's just, like I said, if you can do shit like that, it's just nice to be able to just go out of your way for somebody. Just fucking do it. Like, I just don't understand why we've got to a situation where everything is a let me turn my nose up at the situation. And that's all you see online. It's just crazy to me. Like, I just gave you 2 good stories of someone I don't know, someone I do know. It's that easy. Like, that easy, you know? And I even said, there's been times where I've driven down and I've seen somebody asking for money. And I am one of those people who I really don't feel comfortable just giving money. One, because you don't know who you're giving money to. It could be that we have another aspect of there's too many fucked up people in the world. You go to give somebody money and then you get fucking robbed right there on the spot. Or the fact that, you know, sometimes the money doesn't go to the place that you feel that it should go, even though you're giving it to them. It's their choice to really spend the money the way that they want to. I would rather make sure you got fed that day. That's the way I look at it. I would rather make sure you got fed that day. There's plenty of times where I've seen somebody asking for money. I'll pull over to a fast food restaurant, buy a whole fucking meal, drink and everything involved with water, obviously, and then fucking go over there and be like, hey, look, I saw you out here. I don't really have money to give you, but I wanted to make sure you at least got fed. That easy. That simple. But, you know, and guess what, guys? You can go look anywhere you want to on Dead Funny. You won't find a video of me doing it. Stop videotaping you doing nice shit for people in a bad situation for fucking views, you goddamn animals. Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's so fucking disgusting. Like, no, just fucking stop. Yeah. Just be nice to be nice. Don't be like, oh, look, I fucking gave this fucking homeless guy a fucking sandwich, fucking like me, da-da-da-da-da. Like, fucking stop. I hate that shit, dude. Oh my god, it's the worst. Now, like,
I'm sure they would tell you they're raising awareness of homelessness.
You don't have to. We know. Yeah, believe it or not, drive downtown to any city. The awareness is there. Like, fucking A, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, I had to like turn off part of my brain when I was in the city because there's just too many homeless people. I couldn't help everyone.
Yeah, you can't.
On a numbers game. I had to just choose the one guy in my neighborhood. My homeless guy.
Yeah, it's true, and it sucks. I mean, we definitely do need different kind of programs and stuff. I mean, it's up to the mayors, really. It's your local government at this point that needs to step up and do fucking better. Like, that's just it. Like, the only kind of videos I like to actually see with that stuff is like whenever it's like, I saw this one video and I thought it was really interesting where they went out and built a small house in their front lawn. And it was like this homeless chick that literally was like out there, like on their fucking street every day. And they built her like her own tiny little house. The dude fucking had like running water and everything. It was fucking nuts for her to stay in until, because like she had a kid too. So, and then he like made sure that the fucking kid had, you know, lunch and everything every day. Fucking took the kid to school with his kid because he had fucking kids. Like, yeah, it was fucking insane. Like, that to me is like, okay, cool, that's video worthy. Like, because you're like going above and beyond. But walking inside to grab a $5 fucking foot long and like, oh, look at this, and put the fucking phone away. Jesus Christ, dude, it's the worst. Like, I don't know. The fact that you think that you could just publicize someone else's, I mean, rough situations happen to everybody, so you shouldn't look at it negatively, but people do look at it as like shameful and stuff like that. The fact that you could think that you have the right to just publicize, that's fucking crazy.
You don't want to be used, at your lowest point, kind of. You don't want to be someone else
for your fucking views, for you to hopefully fucking get. Yeah, it's fucking it's disgusting. Yeah. Anyways, so base point for today is be a better person. There you go. Fucking be better person. Be better people. Fucking help people in need whenever you can. Like, fucking don't just the worst people in the world. And my dad was one of these, and I hated it. He was definitely somebody, and this phrase fits perfect, with someone who preached from a book that they didn't read. My dad would constantly be like, fucking, anytime you can help people, go do this, do that, do that. My dad was probably one of the most backstabbing motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Didn't matter if you were family, friend, whatever. So don't be one of those people. Just, if you're going to talk about helping people, you're going to tell other people you should help people, you should do the fucking same thing. But I do want to say exercise with caution. There are a lot of shitty people in the world. I remember coming up, and I used to be the guy that would stop on the side of the road all the time. And I had to stop doing that because now there's a shit ton of people getting robbed, getting killed, getting carjacked, getting kidnapped, because that's a set up sting now. So fucking it sucks because you want to fucking help everybody you can, and it is one of those things where I was like, okay, cool. Then I'll start looking for mainly like women and children, or like old people, and it's like now those people are also being in cahoots with the people that are fucking doing it. So it's just like, Jesus, man. Yeah. I remember driving up to Wisconsin from Texas, and there was like an alert going around about how people were actually taking strollers and putting it behind their broken down car on the side of the road to make you feel even more bad because there's a baby in the mix, and then you pull over and there's no baby in the stroller and you get fucking killed or robbed, whatever. So exercise with caution. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it sucks. It's to the point where you can't pick up hitchhikers and shit. It's just there's so much fucking...
Yeah, don't trust highway babies, I guess.
Yeah, highway babies.
Lesson here.
I mean, to be fair, I don't even know what the to be fair would be on that. I was about to say, any mom shouldn't have their baby just out on the highway at the same time. If like your car's broken down, there's no fucking AC. You can't just have your baby baking in a fucking car. I don't know, man. It's just
rough. Leave the door open in the car. It's just like, I'll take him out and put him in a stroller next to the car, probably. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Just be smart. I mean, try to be smart about it. I mean, you can't help everybody, but, whenever you can, and it's a safe situation to help somebody, out there on a highway where there's not, like, a lot of fucking people currently going, like, if it's, like, late at night or something, it's probably best to not fuck with it. Or even better, if you're really that worried, call the fucking non-emergency 911 and let them know that someone's broken down on the side of the road. It looks like they needed help. You wanted to stop, but you were worried that, something could happen, and they'll dispatch somebody out there. Even better situation, because if it's a fucking cop... Inform
someone else with authority.
Yeah, because they have fucking gas cans in the back of their cars to fucking be able... Like, I've ran out of gas on the side of the road myself because I had a fucked up gas tank in one of my cars when I was younger, and fucking cop pulled up, got on his loudspeaker, said, "Hey, I'm not here to pull you over, not here to hurt you, don't know anything about you, I'm just here. Looks like you're out of gas. Are you out of gas? Can you signal yes or no out of your window? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. All right, stay in your car. I'm going to put some gas in your gas tank. You can be on your way." Literally stayed in my car. He poured gas in my gas tank, got back to his car, told me move, and I moved. That was it. Done. So they do shit like that. So that is helpful sometimes, especially if you are worried about getting hurt yourself, because don't put your own safety at risk. But at the same time, like I said, if you can go out of your way, sometimes it's nice to do that. The homeless guy I gave food to, very, very populated intersection. If I was going to get jacked there, would have blown my fucking mind, because there would have been thousands of fucking witnesses. So,
but just think, maybe if you hadn't fed him, he would have been hungry and wouldn't have the strength to later on that day. You don't know that he wasn't planning something.
I don't know, JoJo. I used to think of you as my fucking lawyer for Dead Funny. I'm starting to rethink your position here.
And there's externalities there, man. You don't know.
Fucking JoJo's about to go down alternate timelines, the multiverse. What would have happened in the other 999,000 Chris universes if I wouldn't have gave that homeless guy food? Well, you never know. You never know. Oh, well, we're going to go ahead and end it there. If you guys enjoyed this podcast, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you get notified next time we upload another video. Hit us in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts, views. We got Twitter, Twitch links down there as well. Don't forget to go check those out. By the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next time.